Hey friends, we are going to start with the chapter called Acids, Bases and Salts. A very simple chapter, जिसमें it comes very monotonous questions in exams. Very monotonous questions. No one usually asks about what is an acid, what is a base, what is a salt. No one usually asks about that. It's basically about the reactions. This chapter is all about the reactions first. Second, it's about the types of salts. Yeah, we have something like a complex salt, double salt, normal salt, acid salt, basic salt. बहुत सारे प्रकार के types of salts are there. So there are a few salts which are there in our syllabus, and basically, yeah, it's about the reactions. Which salts are soluble? Which compounds are soluble in water? Which compounds are insoluble? What is the name of the reaction? So more weightage, more stress is given to those areas in the chapter. However, starting part of the chapter now, there is a lot which is just for building your base, just for like a summary purpose. So karna to padega, we'll have to do it. But I will tell you a point from which the main chapter, the core of the chapter, the heart of the chapter begins. So starting with just quick like a review. Okay, what is an acid, what is a base, what is a salt? Let's start with that. At least अभी मैं जो पढ़ा रहा हूँ ना, it is general basic summary, a highlight of what we have done in the previous years. So let's study about what is an acid. Okay, acid एक ऐसा compound है, acid एक ऐसी चीज है, substance है, जिसको अगर मैंने पानी में डाला, it will give me H plus, that is hydronium or H3O plus ions. So I can say acid is a compound, okay, which when put in water, which in dissolution, which when put in water, it yields me H plus or H3O plus, that is hydrogen ion or hydronium ion. This is what an acid is. Some of the examples of acids are HCl, HNO3, Chhatri Ku, CH3COOH. Then we have H2CO3, H2SO4, H2SO3, H3PO4, etc. These are the acids now which we usually use in our day-to-day lives. Okay, HCl, HNO3 and Chhatri Ku, that is हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड, नाइट्रिक एसिड एंड एसिटिक एसिड, जिसको विनेगर के तरह भी यूज किया जाता है, एसिटिक एसिड. यस, ये जो तीन है ना, वी कॉल देम एज मोनोबेसिक एसिड्स. व्हाई मोनोबेसिक? टेल मी द रीजन व्हाई. Because they react with one OH. They react with only one OH. I didn't get you, sir. Please elaborate on this. I'll tell you. ये तीनों एसिड्स है ना, उसके पास एक ही हाइड्रोजन या हाइड्रोनियम आयन बन सकता है. There is only one H. You will say, sir, there are 4 H's. No. There is only one H. This is like a methyl group. There is only one H, only one hydrogen ion. We call them as mono. Mono means one. Monobasic means they can react with only one OH. Example, let's take a demo देना पड़ता है ना तुम लोग को हर एक चीज में. HCl, which is a monobasic acid, plus NaOH. Can I say this is nothing but a neutralization reaction? Acid plus base, 7th, 8th, 9th तीनों स्टैंडर्ड में किया है. Acid plus base gives salt and water. है कि नहीं? Acid plus base gives you salt plus water. To be more precise, this is neutralization with titration. आता हूं ना भाई, ठहरना. ये सब main part I will do it at the end. Don't worry, I'm gonna recapitulate on these things. Wait. As of now, I just want to tell you why mono. Why? Listen. There is only one hydrogen. It reacts with one OH to form HO. HO means water, H2O. plus you get a salt which is called NaCl. Okay, Tata namak, desh ka namak, sodium chloride, NaCl. Yes, so basically there is only one water molecule which is formed. एक ही पानी का molecule बना. That's why mono. Check this now. H2, these three, we call them as dibasic acid. What do we call? Dibasic acid. Yes, di because there are two hydrogen. This is called a tri. There are three hydrogen. We call it as a tribasic acid. Okay, so we have three types of acids: monobasic, dibasic, and tribasic. I'll tell you why we call it as a dibasic acid. Just hold on, man. Check this and look at an example. I take the favorite of all of us, the king of all acids. Yeah, sulfuric acid is the king of all acids because it is non-volatile. It has a high boiling point. It acts as a dilute acid to make so many other substances. There are so many features. It acts as an oxidizing agent. बहुत सारी good qualities है जो एक दूल्हे में होना चाहिए types. Yeah. So dibasic acid. Let's take same example. We have H2SO4 plus, that is an acid plus same base. Now let's keep it simple. H2SO4 plus NaOH. Okay, what does it give me? It can give me NaHSO4 plus water, or it can give me Na2SO4 plus water. So there are two types of salts which can be formed. Yeah. This is nothing but an acid plus base. Again, acid with a base or alkali gives salt plus water. But there are two types of salts जिसके बारे में हम लोग end में discuss करेंगे. But yes, can I say if I balance this is going to be 2 and this is going to be 2. So in one of the case I am getting two water molecules and there is only one. Can I say di means there are two types of salts or substances which can be formed using a dibasic acid because two water molecules can also be obtained. So tri में obviously you have caught me. Tribasic में तीन type के substances बनेंगे, तीन type के salts बनेंगे. So this was about monobasic, dibasic, tribasic. So dibasic because it can react with two of the alkali. Tribasic can react with three of the base or alkali, which is NaOH. So we have studied about what is an acid and how many types of acids are there and why do we call them, right? If I'm talking about a base, base दो type के होते हैं. Yeah, first let me do it. One of them we call it as an alkali and the other is called a insoluble base. Insoluble base, which is usually spoken as a PPT, precipitate, not PowerPoint. Precipitate, which is insoluble base, which usually has a color. Usually a color वाले होते हैं जिससे I recognize, अरे ये तो lead hydroxide है, अरे this is to magnesium hydroxide, this is zinc hydroxide, this is calcium hydroxide because they have colors. Alkalis are soluble bases जो पानी में soluble होते हैं. Soluble in water. Yeah, when I'm talking about solubility, I'm talking about water by default. Okay, not something else. नहीं, हाँ. Soluble in water. So we have two types of bases. But what is a base? If someone asks me, sir, base है क्या? Just like an acid, I'm going to define a base. So acid is a compound when put in water gives H plus. So similarly, can I say base is also a compound when put in water it forms OH minus, that is called a hydroxyl ions. वो हाइड्रोनियम या हाइड्रोजन देता था and this gives me hydroxyl ions. So when we get a hydroxyl ion, when put in water, we call that substance as a base. Acid ke tarah, we have a set of bases also. We have, yeah, just like a monobasic acid, iska ulta naam hai. There is something called as monoacidic base. Monoacidic means it reacts with only one acid to form one water. It reacts with one molecule of acid to form one molecule of water. Then we have a diacidic base and we have a triacidic base. Right? Diacidic matlab the base which reacts with two molecules of acid to form two water molecules. Monoacidic base is NaOH, KOH, lithium hydroxide, okay, etc. Di में आता है MgOH twice, PbOH twice, then so many are there. ZnOH twice, CaOH twice, and triacidic में aluminium hydroxide, AnOH thrice, etc. Okay, so these are a few examples of triacidic, di and monoacidic base. Right, again, a base with an acid gives me a salt and water. Okay, apart from that, if I am talking about alkali, the bases which are soluble in water are named as alkalis, and usually apne paas with us there are around two special alkalis. These are my two alkalis, yaad rakhna. And we have ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH. In our syllabus, restricted to our syllabus, we have three substances which behave or act as alkalis because they are water soluble and they are colorless. They will give a colorless solution. So which are the three of them? Please by heart. Alkali में तीन आते हैं. One of them is sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, and ammonium hydroxide. And the insoluble bases, we have calcium hydroxide, we have so many, lead hydroxide, zinc hydroxide, etc. इसका color is gelatinous white, इसका color is chalky white, इसका color is milky white. ये सारे colors हम लोग analytical chemistry में पढ़ेंगे. So don't worry. You have not missed out on anything. No. All the colors of the precipitates, the insoluble bases, we're going to study in analytical chemistry. So chill, man. As of now, just remember, insoluble bases में ये सब है, and soluble bases में जिसको alkali बोलते हैं, soluble bases which are called alkalis, we have three in our syllabus as of now. Three. So this was about an acid and a base and the types of acids and bases, right? Just go through this. We have many more things to speak about. अभी तक मेरा जो main chapter है, it will start after some time. The next part, what we are going to talk about is the difference between a strong acid and a weak acid. Now we also have something like a strong acid and a weak acid. Exactly. So let's study about the difference between a strong acid and a weak acid. Right? That's my third answer. We spoke about acids, we spoke about bases, and now this. Okay, so if I'm talking about a strong acid, what exactly is a strong acid? Whenever an acid is dissolved in water, it completely dissociates. That's the correct word. Dissociates means break down. Tootna. Toot gaya. It broke down. It got dissociated into H plus ions. H plus ions. We call such an acid as a strong acid. I didn't understand much, sir. I'll tell you. Wait. First, let me write the first point. An acid which completely dissociates, in H plus ions is is said to be a strong acid, right? Complete dissociation. Complete dissociation means there are only going to be ions in the solution, molecules nahi rahenge. Example, if it is HCl, okay, it is hydrochloric acid given to me. This completely breaks up into H plus and Cl minus complete. अगर ऐसे 100 molecules है, ऐसे 100 molecules है, ऐसे there will be 100 H plus and there will be 100 Cl minus. There is going to be a complete dissociation to form H plus and Cl minus. That is to give hydrogen ions. Yeah, obviously hydrogen can react with water, forming hydronium. That is why we also sometimes call it as hydronium. Hydrogen ions bhi chalega. So can I say there are only ions in the solution? सिर्फ ions ही ions है, molecules खास नहीं मिलेंगे. Majority of ions in the solution. Okay, if I am talking about a weak acid, it is an acid which partially, not complete but partially dissociates to form H plus ions and molecules which are undissociated. For example, if I take HCl again, 100 molecules here. Okay, out of which let's assume 40 molecules have broken or dissociated to give H plus and Cl minus. But बाकी के जो 60 molecules है ना, out of 100, they are still HCl. They have not broken their bond. Their covalent bond is not broken. So I can say that weak acid वो होता है which can give ions also and which have undissociated molecules also. So I can write down as a point that it has both. It has ions plus molecules in its solution, in the final solution. Okay, so weak acid का ये तो मैंने एक example लिया था. CH3COOH is a weak acid, and you can see HNO3 is said to be a strong acid. Yeah, acetic acid and nitric acid, one of the examples between them. On a very similar note, if someone asks me, sir, what is a strong alkali and a weak alkali? Differentiate. So fourth answer, same. Strong alkali and a weak alkali is going to be the same answer. Acid is going to be replaced by the word alkali. So alkali which completely dissociates, and alkali when put in water, completely dissociates to form hydroxyl ions, is going to be a strong alkali, and this will give a partial dissociation. Partially dissociates to form OH minus ions. That is called a weak alkali. Yeah, that's called a weak alkali. Ye first. Then the second point which you can talk about is example, NaOH is a strong alkali. If there are 100 molecules of NaOH, पूरा टूटेगा. There will be 100 sodium cations and there will be 100 OH minus hydroxyl anions. But if you talk about lead hydroxide or zinc hydroxide, if there are 100 molecules of zinc hydroxide, actually zinc hydroxide is not an alkali. I caught you all. I wanted to check whether you all get it before me. Sorry, this is a base. Alkali, what is an alkali? They are soluble in water. Come on. So the example I should give is NH4OH. This is a weak alkali. If there are 100 molecules of ammonium hydroxide, let's say there will be 40 molecules of ammonium hydroxide and there will be 60 broken ions of NH4 plus and OH minus. So third part, we only have ions in the solution. We have ions plus undissociated, unbroken molecules also in the solution. So that's a difference between a strong alkali and a weak alkali. Alright, if I'm talking about some uses of acids and bases, okay, in the textbook there are a lot many uses given. Please refer to the table. But अभी ठीक है, थोड़ा बता देता हूँ. Acetic acid, it is used as a flavoring agent. Yeah, it's also called vinegar. That is CH3COOH. Then we have antacid. Antacid as actually is going to be a base, MgOH twice. That's the use of a base or an alkali. Antacid मतलब वो पेट की एसिडिटी होती है ना, इनो, उसको कम करता है, 6 सेकंड में राहत, something like that. Antacid. Antacid मतलब opposite of acid. Anta मतलब antagonist. I am, opposing the acid. So when in the stomach there is an acidity rise, you take alkali or base to reduce the gases. Yeah, that's called antacid. Magnesium hydroxide is used. Then we have a boric acid which is used in eye wash. Okay, eye wash में use होता है. Okay, and there are many more examples here. We have tartaric acid. Then hey यार ऐसे bases में भी NaOH is used. Okay, sodium hydroxide is used. Then there are many acids used in flavoring. Carbonic acid, flavoring agents. Carbonic acid, flavoring agent that is used in Coca-Cola. Yeah, all those things. Sprite, Pepsi, drinks, that is flavoring drinks. So guys, I would rather suggest, look, I don't like to buy hard stuffs. So ये जो uses है ना, kindly refer to your respective textbook. What is given? Yeah, it's a direct answer. There is no explanation required. Yeah, but I want you to learn them, please. I want you to learn them by heart. Okay, what is the use of each acid? Okay, citric acid. Citric acid is used, lemons में से मिलता है ना. Okay, so many grease stains निकालने के लिए there is some base used. So there are many applications of acids and bases. So just go through these three answers. The uses, what is a strong and a weak alkali, strong and a weak acid. We are going to now learn about the pH, that is power of hydrogen. What is a pH value? What is pH scale? Common acid base indicators, universal indicators. We are going to talk about this in my next set, followed by salts and then the reactions. Okay, giving you a bit more light on monoacidic base and monobasic acid difference. Yeah, so you'll understand thoroughly. So talking about mono acidic base and monobasic acid. Monobasic acid. Okay, first point, monoacidic base. You can say that it ionizes. This is a base, right? It ionizes to form one H plus ion. I'm talking about the exact definition. It ionizes to form one H plus ion per molecule of the base. I'll tell you. It ionizes one H plus ion per molecule of the base. That means मेरे बेस के साथ सिर्फ एक ही हाइड्रोजन आयन छीन लेगा. So monoacidic base, for example NaOH, yes, This is an example of monoacidic base. So NaOH, what will it do? It will chenofy, it will capture, it will snatch away, it ionizes just a single H plus ion per molecule of a base, right? It forms only one water molecule. You can also say that it dissociates in one step. It's a one-step dissociation. Yeah, that's simple. एक ही स्टेप का रिएक्शन होगा NaOH plus HCl gives NaCl plus water H2O, one molecule of water. And the third point is, I think it's an example, dissociates in one step. It forms only one type of salt. It forms only one type of salt. And I guess we call it as a normal salt. That I will come to it after some time when I'm going to do salts with you all. Normal salt. It only produces one type of salt, which is a normal salt. Example, HCl plus NaOH gives you normal salt NaCl plus one molecule of water. Right? So this is the difference between both of them. Monobasic acid. Monobasic acid HCl को दिमाग में रख के चलो. That is an example. It ionizes only one OH ion per molecule of an acid. The acid has the capability to ionize only one OH minus molecule with it. It is again, I will say, yeah, it is a one-step dissociation. And only one type of salt is formed. Of course, same. One type of salt is formed, which is a normal salt. अच्छा guys, अगर मैं differentiate करता हूँ, this is I think my sixth answer, right? First answer was acid, second was an alkali or a base, third answer was differentiate between strong acid, weak acid, strong alkali, weak alkali, and then fifth was just a general answer. Now sixth answer is about monobasic acid and monoacidic base. You can also talk about diacidic base and dibasic acid. Diacidic base में it ionizes two H plus ions per molecule of a base, and that one ionizes two hydroxyl ions per molecule of the base. It is a two-step dissociation. There can be two options possible. You can have an acid salt also. You can have a normal salt also. So वो general है. Based on this, you can also make or differentiate between di and tri. Right? So my next answer, however, the seventh answer is about what is pH value and what is pH scale. Okay, pH stands for power of hydrogen. Yeah, it stands for power of hydrogen. Okay, usually pH से पता चलता है that whether the substance is an acidic substance or it is alkaline in nature or it is neutral. So pH, the power of hydrogen, okay, it tells me it is nothing but a relative concentration of hydrogen ions, hydronium ions present in the solution. So if someone asks me what is pH exactly, so I can say pH represents the strength of acids and alkalis. pH क्या करता है? It represents the strength of acid and alkalis with reference to hydrogen on basis of hydrogen ion concentration. So simple language में, it gives the strength of an acid or an alkali with reference to, with respect to, with the help of H plus ions which are present in the solution. Okay, and we have a value. The value is minus log H plus to the base 10. pH का एक formula है minus logarithm of hydrogen ion to the base 10. Okay, it tells me about the acidity or the basicity of a substance or whether it is neutral. Okay, pH scale is like a scale. pH scale is like a scale which has the numerical values from 0 to 14. pH scale में एक number system जैसा है 0 से 14 तक, and 7 is the center. Less than 7 is considered to be acidic. More than 7 is considered to be alkaline, and 7 is like a mid reference point which is neutral. And इसका जो pH scale या जो pH strip है, इसका जो color coding है, it is Vibgyor. Okay, it is V I B G Y O and R. तो ये जो Roy है ना, Roy, these I call it as shades of red. Shades of red. And जो Biv है, Biv, those I call it as shades of blue. So I can say shades of blue color represent an alkaline substance, green is neutral, and shades of red color represent an acidic substance. And yes, as we go from 7 to 0, जैसे ही मैं कम होते जाता हूं, the acidity increases. 0 means most acidic, 14 is the most alkaline. Have you got this? So this is nothing but a pH scale. This is pH value. Yeah, it gives me a relative strength of concentration between acids and base with the help of H plus ions in the solution. Alright. 7 is neutral, less than 7 acidic, more than 7 is alkaline. Now, initially we had two types of indicators. One was said to be a common acid base indicator. Common acid base indicator. And nowadays, okay, a much hi-fi बोल सकता हूं मैं, universal indicator. Or we have a pH strip, pH paper. Now, what is the difference between pH paper, pH strip, which is a universal indicator, and a common acid base indicator? So, initially, previous olden days, we used to use common acid base indicators like example, methyl orange, phenolphthalein, alkaline litmus paper, etc. These were all common acid base indicators. But now we use a pH paper, a pH strip. Yeah, this one. We call it as a universal indicator. Now, what is the difference between them? I'll give you an example. Check. I give two classes. एक में thumbs up है, thumbs up, and एक में dangerous phenyl है. Both colors are exactly the same. दोनों का color same है. Okay. There are two classes, and I serve it to my enemy. I hate it. I don't want to kill him, but yeah. I serve to my enemy. ठीक है, लो ट्रे में लेके आया मैं. One glass of thumbs up, one glass of phenyl, and he is a bit, cryptic. In a dilemma, ये मारना चाहता है मेरे को. तो what he does is, he cannot taste and check ना कौन सा thumbs up है. Come on, जल जाएगा वो. Right? So if you would have taken a litmus paper, a common acid base indicator to check which is dangerous and which is a thumbs up, right? Litmus क्या करता पता है? If you would have put a litmus in both of them ना, if he would have put a litmus in both of them, litmus would have changed from blue to red. दोनों में same shit. दोनों में there would have been a color change from blue to red. Will you be able to make it out which is more acidic and less acidic? Both are acidic. Thumbs up is also acidic in nature, not good. है acidic. And phenyl तो खतरनाक. Phenyl का pH, let's say it is 0.2 pH of phenyl. And thumbs up का pH, let's consider it is 3. ठीक है यार, मैं पी सकता हूं, ये चलेगा, मैं मरूंगा नहीं, बट फिनाइल पी लिया तो खत्म, खतरनाक एसिडिक, खतरनाक. दिस इज द पीएच, उसको नहीं पता है. सो नाउ इफ ही यूजेस अ फिनोल्फ्थालीन, फिनोल्फ्थालीन दोनों में डाला एक एक ड्रॉप, कलरलेस, फिनोल्फ्थालीन इज कलरलेस, इट विल रिमेन कलरलेस इन बोथ. शिट, दोनों में कलरलेस रहेगा. You can't make it out, which is dangerous. Then it tries methyl orange. Methyl orange is orange in color. When he puts in both of them, okay, orange turns the same color. I think it's orange becomes green or yellowish green. Yeah. तो यार वो भी सेम है यार. तो पता नहीं चल रहा है मेरे को कि which is strong, which is weak acid. Yeah, this is a very strong acid. This is a weak acid. Weak acidic, yeah, it's acidic. So what he does is he uses a pH tip or a pH paper, a universal indicator. Universal indicator will give me an accurate answer. Listen, when he puts a pH paper in thumbs up, the color which is highlighted on the pH paper is somewhere around orange. This color will be highlighted out here. And when he puts the pH paper in the phenyl solution, the color which will be highlighted will be red. Oh. So red color means it's more acidic. Orange color means it's less acidic. But yeah, both are acids. So tell me, can I say a common acid base indicator just tells me whether it's an acid or a base? वो मुझे सिर्फ इतना बताएगा कि भाई वो acid है कि base है. But who is a strong acid? Who is a weak acid? The strength of acid and base can be determined by a pH paper. Yeah. Nice one, yeah. So I will say that a common acid base indicator only tells about whether the substance is acidic or basic, alkaline. It does not give me the strength of an acid or a base. Strength के बारे में वो कुछ नहीं बताता है. It doesn't. On the contrary, if I'm talking about a universal indicator, it tells me about acidic or basic, and it also tells me about the strength. कि भाई कितना एसिडिक है और कितना बेसिक है. It tells me about both the things. So I think universal indicators are used nowadays. So we studied about the mono, di, tri-basic acid and tri-acidic base and all. Yeah, the pH value, the pH paper, common acid base indicators, and universal indicators. My next part is going to be about the salts, and let's see, we'll go further down the line. We have started giving those videos on a saleable purpose, on a very cheap rate though, and in order to purchase those videos you can contact on 7710871118. I have mentioned the details at the bottom, which will be scrolled down, or you may even send us a mail at shamcaps36@gmail.com in order to get access to the videos for 10th as of now, ICSE, CBSE and SS. Not only for the school section guys, but we, Shyamal Kapadia and the team is also gonna approach in the college section as well for 11th and 12th standard, to start with the HSE board, the Maharashtra board, followed by the ICSE, the A levels and so on. We will be soon coming with those educational parts also, but as of now guys, yes, a slow and steady process. We start with the 10th and even slowly the 9th and the 8th. So definitely you may spread a word along to your friends, your neighbors, your relatives, or whomsoever. It's going to be helpful, these videos. And now onwards you're going to get regular updates with me and my team on Shamco Grassroots Educare. Do subscribe, do like the channel, my friends, and see you